What if I told you that some of the world's top chefs are now using color psychology and emotional frequencies to design their spice blends? It's not just cooking anymore. It's emotional alchemy, backed by hard science.
That sounds like quite a leap from traditional cooking. How exactly does science fit into this?
It's fascinating. They've developed a system called Personaware that breaks down the human experience into 7 distinct arenas, each with its own precise color code. It's literally an emotional layer that complements AI, called ethereal intelligence. We're talking actual hex codes, like #D02CB for physical grounding, or #CDDBF for emotional safety. These aren't arbitrary choices. They're using RGB color theory to create what they call fundamental frequencies, across all 7 arenas of the human experience.
So they're essentially digitizing emotions into colors and then turning those into spice blends?
Exactly. And it gets even more technical. Each spice has specific density measurements. For example, toasted lavender is exactly 1.0 grams per fluid ounce, while smoked paprika is 12.0. They use these measurements to ensure perfect proportions in their 2-ounce signature blends.
That's surprisingly precise for something that sounds so abstract. What's the market potential for something like this?
Just the culinary applications are huge. Restaurants can create signature emotional blends as part of their brand identity. Chefs can design menus that tell specific stories. And there's even potential for retail products targeting emotional states. Think a comfort blend for anxiety or a celebration blend for special occasions.
But how do they validate that these blends actually create the intended emotional response?
They've developed a fascinating case study system. For example, they created a blend for a character called Lizard Lou with a specific mauve-gray comfort frequency of #CBB9C5. This blend has proven to resonate with its creator and everyone connected to him. But they can do this with any persona, place, object, idea, or even just a concept. Then they deliver the blend with what they call a certificate of essence. Documentation that explains the mapping of each spice to its identified recipes and suggested food pairings.
That's quite a sophisticated approach to what's essentially seasoning. What kind of investment goes into developing something like this?
Even though it took decades to develop, the resulting infrastructure is surprisingly simple, yet profound. Personaware acts as a proprietary color mapping system with established protocols for emotional frequency responses.
Looking ahead, where do you see this technology going?
I think we're just seeing the beginning. Imagine personalized emotional flavor profiles for different cultures, therapeutic applications in healthcare settings, even AI-driven spice blend recommendations based on mood analysis. But spice blends are only the beginning. The potential for scaling this across industries is remarkable, and using Personaware to create a non-compute theory of mind for robots is just on the horizon.
That's assuming consumers buy into the concept of emotionally engineered products.
Well, consider this. We already know that certain flavors trigger specific memories and emotional responses. Chef Hart is systematizing something that's always existed intuitively in cooking. They're just making it more precise, replicable, and intentional.
When you put it that way, it almost sounds like they're creating an API for emotional flavoring.
That's exactly what it is. And think about the data possibilities. Mapping emotional responses to different blends, creating personalized flavor profiles, maybe even developing predictive models for what kinds of blends will resonate with different demographics. Chef Hart is really at the intersection of culinary arts, psychology, and data science. They say the post-web will bring products to you. As I understand it, Personaware is the key to mobilizing that very possibility without the intrusion of data mining and digital eavesdropping.
So what's the next step for this technology?
Chef Hart is the incubator that demonstrates this potential. But through their parent company, Marble Media Inc., they're working on scaling the system for commercial applications while maintaining the precision of their measurements and emotional mapping. The challenge will be keeping the integrity of their approach while integrating it into the wider markets of Web 4, as they call it.
Web 4? Sounds like we might be witnessing the birth of a whole new industry.
But imagine the culinary possibilities. Everything from mood-enhancing restaurant experiences to therapeutic cooking programs. And that's what makes this so exciting. It's not just about making food taste good anymore. It's about creating intentional, measurable emotional experiences through precisely crafted flavors.
No doubt we are looking at the future of human connection.